The IRS will send out the final advance child tax credit check of 2021 to millions of eligible families in just 2 days. And while December's payment is the last of the year, you can look for more money to arrive when you file your 2022 taxes. If you signed up for direct deposit, your last payment should arrive on Wednesday, December 15th. Otherwise, expect your check to come in the mail by the end of the month. With the holiday shipping crunch, mail could be delayed. With advance payments coming to an end in December, you're likely wondering what comes next and whether Congress will reauthorize the payments, which in November went out to 36 million families. We'll explain the latest on whether the government plans to extend the enhanced child tax credit payments beyond 2022. We'll also tell you what to expect when you file your taxes next year. This story will be updated regularly. How much child tax credit money you could get with your federal tax refund in 2022. If you and your family meet the income eligibility requirements and you've received each payment between July and December of this year, here's how much you could get. Up to $1,800 for each child age 5 and younger, or up to $1,500 for each child between the ages of 6 and 17. If you opted out of receiving payments before the first check went out, you'll get the full amount you qualify for at once, up to $3,600 per child. Any payments you missed due to errors or because you unenrolled should be included with your tax refund. Will the IRS send advanced child tax credit checks again next summer? Congress is debating whether to extend the advanced child tax credit payments past spring in 2022, and if so, for how long? House Democrats on November 19 passed the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better program that would extend the advanced child tax credit for an additional year. However, with Congress working out the details of the funding package through December, it's unclear what the outcome will be. While Congress should come to an agreement on extending the payments this year, it's possible the House and Senate won't decide until 2022. What can you do if you're still missing a payment? If you're missing money from one of the previous checks due to an IRS error or outdated information, it may arrive with your December payment. But if it doesn't, you can either wait for the issue to be resolved when you file your taxes or you can file a payment trace with the IRS. Before you do that, track your check to make sure it's not already on the way. Note that if you gained a dependent since you last filed taxes, the IRS wouldn't have that information on file. If that's your case, you won't get any money until you file your taxes next year. Will the monthly payments you received this year impact your taxes next year? The child tax credit payments you got this year could potentially affect your taxes, for better or worse. Here's how. You received an overpayment and the IRS didn't adjust the amount on later payments. You'll have to pay this back. You received payments you didn't qualify for. You'll have to pay the IRS back. Your income changed, and you didn't report it to the IRS. This could result in a larger or smaller tax refund or you owing the IRS, depending on if your income was higher or lower than what the IRS used to calculate your payment. You opted out of the payments this year, so your payout will be larger next year. You received money for a child that'll turn 18 by the end of 2021. You may have to pay that money back. How to claim child tax credit money if you have a baby in December. If you have a baby in December, or adopt one, you'll be eligible for up to $3,600 for that child when you file your taxes in 2022. That includes back pay for the advanced July through December payments and the chunk coming with your refund. You should get that money when you claim your child on your tax return, which will let the IRS know about your household changes. For more information, here's how to calculate how much child tax credit money you should get, how to use the IRS portals to update your household details, and how to contact the IRS about child tax credit questions.
Fourth stimulus check update. Monthly $2,000 petition 21,000 signatures away from 3 million. A petition calling on the federal government to provide Americans with $2,000 per month stimulus checks for the duration of the COVID-19 pandemic is just over 20,000 signatures away from reaching its goal of 3 million. The Change.org petition was launched in 2020 by Stephanie Bonin of Denver, Colorado. It has since become a rallying point for Americans urging Congress to provide additional economic assistance as many struggle amid the fallout of the ongoing pandemic. I'm calling on Congress to support families with a $2,000 payment for adults and a $1,000 payment for kids immediately, and continuing regular checks for the duration of the crisis, the petition says. As of the time of writing, they had gathered nearly 2,779,000 signatures, or just over 21,000 signatures shy of the 3 million goal. While it currently appears unlikely that Congress will act to provide more stimulus checks for Americans in the near term, the idea of regular monthly payments was first proposed by progressive lawmakers in 2020. Since then, more than 80 Democratic lawmakers have publicly backed the idea of direct stimulus checks going out monthly. Several other Change.org petitions have racked up tens or hundreds of thousands of signatures urging Congress and/or President Joe Biden to act and provide further economic assistance to Americans. They are calling for at least a fourth stimulus check or regular monthly payments. At the outset of the pandemic in March 2020, Congress came together to provide economic assistance to ordinary Americans and businesses. As part of that $2.2 trillion CARES Act, most Americans received one-time stimulus checks of up to $1,200. Then in December of last year, Congress again passed a bipartisan economic relief package that included additional direct payments of up to $600. After Democrats took control of the White House and Congress following the 2020 election, they pushed through Biden's American Rescue Plan this past spring. That legislation included another round of $1,400 stimulus checks going out to most Americans. However, while the first rounds of economic relief were bipartisan, no Republican lawmakers backed the American Rescue Plan. While the White House seems uninterested in approving further stimulus checks at the present, Democrats have touted the expanded child tax credits included in the American Rescue Plan. That popular policy has doled out $300 per month to parents of children 5 and younger, and $250 per month for children 6 to 17 years old. However, the last of those payments are scheduled to go out on December 15 unless they are extended as part of Biden's Build Back Better Act. The large social spending package currently remains under negotiation in the Senate, where moderate Democratic Senators Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona and Joe Manchin of West Virginia have yet to give their stamp of approval. In order for the bill to pass in the evenly split legislative chamber, all 50 members of the Senate's Democratic caucus must support the legislation. Meanwhile, Republicans and Manchin continue to raise alarms about inflation and the negative impact additional government spending could have. Already inflation has soared to a near 40-year high as GOP lawmakers blame the spending approved as part of the American Rescue Plan. Republicans would argue that giving Americans more stimulus checks would only exacerbate the problem further.
Chime Metal Card is back. My name is QUiNTiN Banks. If you are new to the channel, of course you guys gotta like and subscribe. I will be bringing the latest and greatest content, whether we're talking about Chime, stimulus check, financial, saving money, tips, all that good stuff. Let's get right to this. I do want to thank you guys. We have reached 10K. I don't know if we're an army. I don't know what I want to call everybody yet, but we reached 10K subscribers, and I appreciate you guys. I do. So like I said, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I actually may do the giveaway Sunday because I know a lot of people are going to be off. If you're working, most likely, 50%, 80%, 90% are going to be off on Sundays.